Hey, this is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com, and today we're going to talk about the weird place you get to when you don't know if a guy is flirting or if he's just being nice, right? You don't know really what this guy's up about. You're wondering, is he being polite? What's going on with that? Well, today I'm going to give you 7 signals that you can look for. Sometimes guys can be hard to read, right? Am I right or am I right? So how do you know if he's really into you or not? It can be a really confusing thing. You don't want to put yourself out there if the guy is just trying to be polite with you. First thing to look for is look for the flirty touch. Guys can't help it. We have to reach out and touch a woman when we are feeling that attraction for her. When he sees a woman he really likes, he's just not going to be able to resist it. It's one of those things that we are compulsively, it's one of those things that just in the back of our head we got to do. I think it comes from a lot of guys, unfortunately, being starved of physical affection. Guys don't get the same kind of huggy, kissy, feely, touchy thing that a lot of women do. Signal number 2 is his smile lingers. Okay, he's going to smile at you to be polite, yes, but will that smile stay on his face if he's really digging you? Probably not as much. So if he's smiling at you and he keeps that smiling going, he's looking for more reasons to smile at you, that's a very good indicator. When he's really into it, and he likes being with you, he's going to make it more of a point to laugh with you and to share a smile with you. Signal number 3 is he's excited to find things you guys have in common. This one's a really big one. He's going to go out of his way to either point out those things that you guys share, whether it's interests, music, movies, whatever it is. But if a guy really likes you, he's going to be on a mad hunt to find things that you guys have in common because it's an easy way for him to bridge the connection over to you. Okay? Signal number 4 is he jokes about sex. This one kind of comes as a given. Guys tend to joke about sex a little too much, but you as a woman have to read between the lines and understand that he's not just trying to be a loser, a douchebag, any of that stuff. He's really trying to find out if, well, let's just face it, if the sex card is on the table. He wants to find out how you feel about the idea of sex. Then he can bet he's probably flirting with you if he's trying to figure this out. He's just trying to get a feel, not if you're going to have sex with him that minute or even that night, but if it's a possibility. Because for him, that's the way he figures out whether or not you've got physical attraction for him. Instead of shutting the door on him, a lot of women shut guys down on this one, and you got to be careful. Instead of shutting him down, just laugh it off and kind of move the subject along to a different topic. And yes, he's going to come back around to it and probably annoy you, and you're going to want to roll your eyes, but let it go. Most guys do this. Some guys are just clueless. A lot of guys with really good hearts, in fact, do this, and they just don't realize how annoying it can be. Signal number 5 is he teases you. This one's a pretty big one, too. This is kind of your textbook schoolyard behavior where, you call Mary a name because she's got red hair, and it's really because you like her and you don't have any other way of opening a conversation with her. Well, guess what? Guys don't outgrow this. If he teases you about something, there's a really good chance he's into you in some way because he's looking for a way to kind of spark the connection, the interaction, and bring it up to a new energy level. That's really what he's doing with the teasing. He's not trying to just bust your balls and give you a hard time. He wants to amp up the excitement and interest in the conversation. But, of course, he's going to basically cover up his interest in you by acting like you're just an annoying, bratty little sister of his. That's okay. You know better now. Signal number 6 is you catch him staring at you. God, this one isn't obvious. I don't know what is. But how do you know if he just happens to catch your glance or happens to lock your stare? If you catch him looking at you from across the room or even while you're sitting right next to him, he's probably smitten. He's probably looking at you or trying to sneak glances at you to kind of take you in. Guys take women in, what? Visually. You've heard that so many times that men are visual. It's not that he's just looking at your boobs and butt. He's going to take in your face, your appearance. It's like a thirst that men get once we find a woman that we're attracted to. Signal number 7 is he's told his friends about you. You got to know that a man, if he brings up a woman in conversation for any reason, it's because he's basically thinking of asking you out. He wouldn't hold on to your memory or hold on to that little bit if he wasn't interested in some way. So if you ever walk up to him and his friend says, "Oh, Marianne, I've heard about you," or he's talked about you, or he said something about you, or he mentioned you, anything like that, that means he's digging you, okay? I'll give you a bonus flirt signal here. This is my flirt signal number 7.5, I guess. He asks or somehow tries to get your phone number from you. This is a killer indicator because he's never going to do this if he's not interested in you romantically in some way. Men just don't do it. We're not going to be doing it just to hang out and, well, okay, we will on occasion, but more often than not, whatever the excuse is, he's trying to basically sneak past your radar and get in contact with you again. Okay? That's what he's trying to do. Find a way to reestablish contact. The key here is to be very cool about it. Don't shoot him down too hard if you figure this one out and you're not interested. But if he is, then obviously you take the ball and you run with it. And if you're still trying to figure out, if you're still struggling to try and figure out if he digs you or not, well, then you got to know what guys are giving off as signals. Guys give very clear signals about their interest in you. You just have to know how to read it. And of course, you got to be paying attention. So let me show you how to read his signals. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/read his signals, where I'll give you the exact ways that you can pick up on these little vibe, these little signals that guys give off to tell you whether he's interested or not, is he really into you or not, or is he just wasting your time. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/read his signals. I'll be talking again soon. This is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com/read his signals. Talking again soon.